Boston Red Sox have made another move, and despite not seeming so significant now, I'm here to tell you it could be very impactful later down the line. I'll break down how and why on this episode of Red Sox Digest, but first, before we get to that, remember, if you're a part of the 86.5% currently watching this video, not currently subscribed to the channel, and you want to stay up to date on everything Red Sox, scroll down, subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate all the love and support, so thank you guys so very much for everything. But now let's get to it and break down the small but very significant move for the Boston Red Sox. Now, going into this offseason, two things were clearly needed by this Red Sox team, and that was arms, whether they be starting arms or coming out of the bullpen. Without a doubt, we needed the pitching help as well as right-handed bats. And right now, we haven't really went out there and acquired that right-handed bat we've so desperately been looking for. But again, we continue to go out and acquire these arms. And now we have acquired Joe Vogatsky, the right-handed pitcher from the Pittsburgh Pirates, in exchange for infielder/outfielder Emmanuel Valdez. Now, this isn't going to really push the needle, as we all know. Most of you guys don't even know who Joe Vogatsky is, and that's okay. He's going to be a complementary piece to this Red Sox team and really might find substantial innings later down the line of this season. But that is not the significance of this move. We'll quickly highlight how good he was at JMU in his senior year and really in 2023 in his junior year, where he really did find a rhythm and a groove for himself at JMU, pitching in a competitive college level, where he did get significantly better after his first 2 years, which is exactly what we needed to see, because at a 7 ERA and a 9 ERA in his freshman and sophomore years, didn't have a lot of potential to play in the bigs, and obviously after those 2 years, he really did find himself throwing up a substantially better ERA in those 2 years prior, with a 3.3 and then a 3.49 in his junior and senior seasons. And in his senior year, his strikeout numbers were very, very good. He was drafted 564th by the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 19th round in 2024. Excuse me. And again, in 27 appearances, he did do pretty well in 3-2 record with a 3.49 ERA. Tossed 49 innings with 48 strikeouts. Again, almost one strikeout every 9 that he is pitching, or every inning that he's pitching, with a 2.32 expected batting average against him. So again, he is a good arm. He's not a live arm, not a closing arm, a dominant closing arm as of now. Obviously, haven't really seen him on the big league level, but again, someone we could expect to. But the significance of this move is moving Emmanuel Valdez. Obviously, Valdez was not the starting second baseman for this Red Sox team, and he wasn't expected to be going into this offseason for multiple reasons. Obviously, we have Grisham, Rafael are two possible options to play the second base position for this Red Sox team. Obviously, we are in conversations with Alex Bregman. Now, we are to be determined on seed where Bregman is actually going to land. There are a lot of possible suitors for Bregman, but now after the Astros have actually traded Kyle Tucker to the Cubs, it seems like they're going in a different direction, and it seems like we could see Bregman land somewhere else besides the Houston Astros. Now, whether that be the Boston Red Sox or not, we have yet to actually find out. And again, we have to see if Boston is going to go out there and spend the money anticipated to go out and get Alex Bregman. Now, Valdez wasn't a great player by any means. Obviously, he did not get a lot of reps in the big league level, but when he did, he was decent. He was not great, ending up with a 214 batting average last season and 201 at-bats. So again, not a lot of reps, but again, he did get some reps. He was a decent player and a multi-tool player at that. So again, it's hard to watch a young player who is 23, 24 years old in Valdez be moved. But again, we needed the arms. We have so much talent in the infield and really in the outfield, in the sense of the multi-tool players. Obviously, the outfield is stacked. There's no way around that. But then we have Rafael, a multi-tool player, and a bunch of others who can really move all over the diamond because of that. This is the depth chart at the beginning. I'll say at the end of last season. Hasn't been updated yet. Obviously, Kenley is still there. O'Neill is still there. There's a lot of moving pieces. But if we look at MLB.com and we look at the second baseman position on this site, on again MLB.com, Rafaela, Gomez, Mickey's there, David Hamilton, and Vaughn Grisham. So again, a lot of options. If Bregman is acquired, we could see him play second base, because we've heard multiple stories that Devers is not being moved to first base or DH as of now. Again, Yoshida is still on the roster, who we can assume is going to be the DH as of now. Again, a lot is yet to happen this offseason, specifically for the Red Sox, and the players really they're inquiring about, whether it be for trades or whether it be signing them in the offseason through free agency. So what does this mean? Well, I'm going to throw out an idea. Our third best prospect in the farm system, Christian Campbell, is a second baseman, shortstop, and an outfielder. He is a multi-tool player like we have so many of. But again, he's the 10th best ranked prospect in the entire MLB out of all farm systems included. He's the third best prospect in the Boston Red Sox farm system. He is a right-handed bat who can hit for power as well as really play the position well. Here are the farm system stats for the Red Sox, obviously ranking third after moving Kyle Teel as well as others in that transaction for Garrett Crochet. These are the numbers from Campbell this past year as well as others. He was pretty damn good. Obviously, he's moving all around from single, double, up to AAA, where we saw his lowest batting average at 286, but please understand, he did have 20 hits in 70 at-bats. He was on pace to do pretty damn well if the reps continued to grow and not sit at 70. Again, that was at the highest level in AAA compared to the other two where he simply raked. In AA, he hit 362, and in single A, he hit 386. He was simply dominating before he got to AAA, and it seemed like he was slowly but surely finding a groove in that AAA system where he was really going to look well apart from the rest of the talent. Obviously, he's surrounded with a bunch of really good talent we could see as soon as this year. And if I did not cut it off right here after where it says which league they're playing in, obviously AAA for all three of them, in Meyer, Anthony, and Campbell. They all are expected to play next year, excluding Campbell. He's expected to make his presence felt, if you will, in 2026 compared to Meyer and Anthony. So again, could we push the envelope just a little bit? Could we see Campbell play second base in 2025? Is that something that we're going to rule out? I would hope not. He's very young, obviously, 22 years of age. He has a lot of potential, has a lot of upside. The Red Sox did not want to move him. He was one of the untouchables on this Red Sox organization, and because of that, is that something that they were thinking of? Hey, if we don't go out and get Alex Bregman, hey, if we don't go out and make a significant signing that allows us to move some players around and have a key second baseman going into next season, could we go early? Could we go out and pull up one of these guys and put him at the second base position? Obviously, Anthony's playing the outfield. There's no way around that. But again, could we see Campbell come up and play the second base position as early as the midway point of this up-and-coming year? Is it a bit of a reach? Yes, but is there a possibility? It definitely seems that way. Campbell, again, 6'3", 210, 22 years of age. I don't want to bring him up too early, but is this something we could fall back on if we don't go out and get Alex Bregman and we need to put someone at that second base spot? Obviously, we do have still a lot of talent. If we go off of this one, Vaughn Grisham is obviously still there. Valdez has been moved. Rafaela is still very much an option. But with what this roster is going to look like going into opening day, if Yoshida is still on this team, are we going to see Rafaela in the outfield? Are we going to have the availability and luxury, if you will, to put Rafaela in the infield for certain days and certain lineups depending on the situation? Again, there are a lot of moving parts, and I really, really, really want to see the Red Sox pick up the pace just a little bit. I know we have a long offseason ahead of us still, despite the moves that have already been made. I just want to see some of these moves made. I want to know if Yoshida is going to be a part of this Red Sox team next season. I want to see if Devers is actually going to maintain his spot at third base due to the amount of speculation surrounding him and the possibility of him going to DH, him going to first base, possibly moving Tristan Casas. There are so many moving parts behind closed doors that we are just dealing with speculation and loads of speculation. Are we actually going to see this happen? Are we going to see Tristan Casas move? Because again, if he is, are we going to package Yoshida in that trade? With that, are we bringing in Bregman? If we bring in Bregman, is Devers staying at third? Is Bregman going to play second base dominantly for this Red Sox team? Again, there are a lot of moving parts. Just throwing out the idea. Yes, we did go out and get another arm. Thank God. We needed one. Is he going to be dominant? Is he going to be an ace? Is he going to be the best closer in baseball? I'm going to say no. As of now, obviously, let things develop. Let time go on. Let some experience be gained. But still, let's look ahead. With this move, yes, it adds another arm. Is it a significant arm? As of now, no. Let time develop again. But seriously, Valdez moving, it hurts. Yes, he's a young piece that had a lot of upside. He was the Red Sox organization and the fan base seemed like they really enjoyed him as well as I. But does this mean we are we're looking to bring up that second baseman? Are we going to maintain Grisham? Are we going to move? Is Rafaela going to be a second base player for the majority of this season for the Red Sox? It's a time will tell for a lot of these questions, but I really can't wait to see how it all plays out because, again, there are so many moving parts, and I think Campbell moving up to the MLB level and really getting a chance to be a dominant factor and just be a significant piece on this Red Sox team could be a very, very intriguing idea. Obviously, it mentions him playing center field as well as shortstop. Right now, those positions are full. We have Story at short, we have Duran in center, and obviously, if you want to play anywhere else in the outfield, Abreu, Rafaela, it goes on and on and on. Just a lot of moving parts. I can't wait to see how it all plays out. Let me know down below what you guys think. What would you do? Would you bring up Campbell early? I know it says he's not expected until 2026. Is that something that intrigues you guys? Would you like to see Campbell play in 2025 and really expedite the envelope just a little bit to see him play and fill that void at second base that we somewhat have? I know we have so much talent, but again, do you want to see Grisham get that starting second base position? Do you want to see Rafaela in that position more? Again, a lot of right-handed bats in those three options, all three of them being right-handed bats is what I'm saying. It's what we need. Losing one, replacing him with the other, we still maintain that right-handed bat. Really, just what versatility does that player bring to this Red Sox team, and really what production will they bring? I just want to see these young guys really flourish with this Red Sox team. It just makes me feel more comfortable going forward throughout the years, being a fan and a supporter of this Red Sox organization. I can't wait to see how it all plays out, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of Red Sox Digest.